Okay, awesome. So what do you want to cover today? Anything in particular?
I don't actually have anything in particular right now.
Okay, do you want to cover arrays or anything else like loops?
My class hasn't started race yet, and we just finished loop, so I guess we can go to loops.
Loops. Okay, so your class just finished loops?
Yeah,
Okay, let's do some coding back problems for loops then. Does that sound good?
okay.
Or maybe let's go to the So what do you know about loops? So you guys just finished, so you know for loops and while loops and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay. One try free response problem?
sure.
Okay. Okay, so this is from 2007. And have you done this problem by any chance?
I
Okay. So a positive integer is called a self-divisor if every decimal digit of the number is divisor of the number. So the number is evenly divisible by every digit. Does that make sense? So basically, 128 is self-divisor because 128 is divisible by 1, by 2, and by 8. So the program here is looking for a self-divisor. Can you think of any way, or just can you put in words a way that we could figure this out?
okay. So let's see. So it's the number. It's divisible by each particular digit that makes up the number. So you need a way to evenly divide the returns. The evenly divides that's mod 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have to like get each digit and then take the whole number and mod it by that. And if it returns 0 each time, then it's a self-divisor.
Okay, exactly. So what would we do with loops to figure this out? Do you think we should use a for loop or a while loop? You think for loop?
Um, a while loop.
Okay, why is that?
Um, because we wouldn't know how big the number is that it gives.
Okay, exactly. Okay, so let's try and solve this here. So, okay, for example, here's just a little practice one. So this is how you'd figure out if it's a self-divisor, right? So you want to take the number, divide by one of the digits, take it, divide by the next, or just to see if they're, or module it, so see if it's 0. And then, so if they're all zeros, then it's a self-divisor, right? That makes sense? Okay. And then, so if I did 26 modulus 6, what would I get?
6. Oh, wait, yeah, no.
Okay.
60. 6.
So that makes sense? Okay, so basically we want to check if the current digit's 0 and then return false if it is. Or Yep, the current. Yeah, because, okay, if there's a 0 in there, you can't divide by 0, right? Because it's not going to be a self-divisor. So if there's a 0 in our number whatsoever, it should return false. So we want to loop through, and you said let's use a while loop. So we want to loop through and see if there's a 0 in there. What else do we want to do when we're looping through there?
Check if the number is greater than 0.
So check if what number is greater than 0.
Number that's being tested.
So what's the number being tested?
Like each digit.
So in 128, what would be the number?
128. Each like digit would be tested.
Okay. Okay, so we already answered this. And then I don't. It already has an answer, but so what do you want the while to do? So as long as the number is not what?
As long as the number is not 0.
Okay, do you understand why it's that?
Yeah.
Can you explain it to me?
Because if the number is 0, it can't evenly go to the number. Like that.
Okay, exactly. So let's try and write the code here. So what do we need to start a while loop?
A while.
Okay, so while.
And you need your initial value.
Okay, so what's the initial value?
Initial value would be the number, like integer number.
So while what do we want to put in here?
If you put integer number,
we need to first
So the initial number, how are we gonna say that? Or shouldn't we do something before the while loop here?
before the while loop, you like set what's it called? Wait. Oh, I'm thinking for loops. Okay, so for a while loop, it's a for loop spread out. So before this one you have here, initial value is a while loop condition. Right.
Can you say that a little louder? You're kind of breaking up.
So for a while loop, before you need your initial value.
So you need to make a variable?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want the variable to be? Just come up with a random name for it.
Integer n.
10? Okay.
0.
Perfect. And then, so I'll give you a little clue here. We need to make another variable. So, because we want to figure out for the number 128, we need to loop through it. So we need to go digit by digit. So we want to make a variable for that. Okay. So what do you want to call that variable?
Integer w.
W? Okay. And we'll get back to that. So while what is greater than, less than, or equal to what? What do we want to put in our while here?
So we have the digit greater than 0.
Well, integers greater than 0?
Yeah.
So what's integer?
It's the digit that's like it's the digit that's being tested.
Digit being tested. So would we use w because that's what variable we're gonna make here? Or do you just want to put int?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so here we're gonna set equal to, let's say, number, for example. Okay, so that's gonna be the number in it. And then so while w, which is set equal to the number, is greater than 0, because we don't want it to be 0, right? Or we don't want to be looping through nothing. Does that make sense? So what do we want to do inside the while loop? We'll get back to that. It'll make more sense as we go through it, okay?
Okay.
So what do we want to do to the number? So say we have 128 still. So we want to loop through, right? Okay, I'll give you a hint. We want an if statement in here. What do we want to check?
Zero.
And what was that?
You want like number by digit. Not zero.
You're really breaking up. Can you type that in the chat box, please?
The text aren't going through.
So what was that?
The text aren't going through.
Okay. Okay, I can hear you now, so that's fine. Okay, so what did you want to do in here?
Back.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you figure it out. Okay, so let's get back to what we were doing. Okay, so where were we in this? Well, so
Inside of your statement.
Okay, can you tell me what's happening line by line here first? We'll recap what we've done.
So first you're initializing your two variables, W and then you're checking for the condition while W is greater than 0, it'll keep on.
Okay. So we're creating a temporary variable here. Let's call it temp to make it easier, okay? So we know what we're doing. So the temporary number is going to hold the current number, like so the 1, the 2, the 8. Every time we work through it, and n's going to be equal to 0 here. So we want to use while loop because we don't know how many digits it has, and then while it's greater than 0, so while the number has something in it. Okay, so now we want to like get the modulus of what in the, or we have an if statement we want to make, right?
So if the number modded by the digit,
Divided by the digit.
modded by the digit.
Okay, so if what do we want to put here? Like what number? Do we want to use temp? Do we want to use n? Do we want to make a new one?
So how do you get each digit to be modded?
We need to do some, or here, let's do the easier parts and then come back to the harder. This is a pretty tricky problem, okay? So remember we said above that if there's a 0 in it, we want it to return false.
So,
Remember we said that?
yeah. So if number equals 0, return false.
Oh, here, let me go back up here so you can see what I'm talking about. Like right here.
Okay.
Remember doing that? Or talking about that?
So you'd have to check to see if that number has a 0.
So how do we put that in an if statement? So if the number has a 0 in it, return false.
Yeah.
So if we're looping by digit, how would we, so what would we want to say? Like we're checking each digit. So if the digit equals what, and we're going to return false.
If the digit equals 0, returns false.
Okay. Awesome. So if n equals 0, return false. And we're going to use n here because that's the digit. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, that doesn't make sense because we need to change n from 0 here. So we need to do something in the while loop to change it from the 0.
So
I think I have something that'll make this delete. Or do you think you got it, or do you want me to help you out a little bit?
I need some help.
Okay. So right here. Okay, so how would we loop through digits and number? We can get the modulus and then divide to get the rightmost digit. Okay, so gain the modulus will get the rightmost digit. So that would give us 8.
8.
because it's the remainder. Does that make sense? And then this will get us the number removing the rightmost digit. So we can keep going through and doing that as we go down to get us smaller digits. So this returns 8 because that's what's left, and then this returns 12 because that's 128 without the 8. And then that is 2, and then when you get rid of the 2, it's 1. Does that make sense? So we want to use modulus and dividing to solve this problem and to loop through.
Okay.
Okay, so what does the modulus do?
Modulus gives you the remainder.
Okay, and then what would dividing do?
Dividing gives you how many times the divisor goes into the number.
So what would dividing by 10 do?
Moves it over 1.
Okay, and then so the modulus, what's modulus 10 do?
Modulus 10 gives you the last digit.
Okay, so that's the key to this problem here. So we just want to, we need to make n here equal to the remainder because we want to get the digit, right? Because we want to check if the digit's 0. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So how would we do that?
So the last digit would be the number 1 by 10. And then after it checks for that, we'll divide by 10 to get the next number. 1 again. And keep repeating that. How would you do that? So like,
Yes.
so you want it to have the number, then it's going to divide by 10, and then that remainder is going to be the n, and then it's going to check that n for like to see if it's on 0, like, and then it's going to divide by 10 to get the next number. It's going to keep on repeating until additional numbers.
Yes. So how do we put that into code? What do you think? I put 2 hints here. That should make it a little bit easier.
So n equals 10 mod 10.
Mod 10?
Yeah.
Awesome. Exactly what we want to do there. So right here, we get the digit, right? And then what do we do on this line?
If that digit equals 0, returns false.
Okay. So what do we want to do next?
If it doesn't return false, you want
Okay, so we're gonna, so now we want to check if it's divisible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to put another if statement, right?
Yeah.
So if what?
If the number modded by n equals 0,
Then what?
then it's true and it keeps repeating.
You say return true? Or what'd you say?
Yeah.
Return true? Okay, that works, but then how would we decrement from there? Like, how would we get the next? If it returns true, it's just going to stop there and then do it again. So we need a way to go through, what do we call it? We need a way to go through temp and set it equal to something else. Because we want to loop through, right? So what would be another way to say this that returns false instead of returns true? What's the opposite of this?
Number not in is not equal to 0.
Exactly. So we want to say is not equal to 0. And then we want temp to go to the next digit. So how do we do that?
Equals. So temp equals. Previous.
There's a hint right here.
It's temp. It's number divided by 10.
So what number?
Like,
With this number?
if it's number, would it like decrease each time?
Number won't decrease because it's always going to go back here. It's not going to check. Like in the while loop, it's not going to go back. So you need to edit that.
Divided by 10?
Do what? What's that? I can't hear you.
Temp divided by 10?
Yes, exactly. And then, so if it goes through all this and doesn't return false, where do we want it? Do we want to do anything else there?
If it doesn't return false, it goes no.
So we want to return true somewhere. Where would I put it? What line? Or like in between what?
So after the second if it would be like else return true.
Okay, so then it would always return in the while loop. We don't want that in the while loop because then it won't keep going through it. Does that make sense?
Okay. So then after the while loop.
Okay, so where would that be? 20 or 21? 20? 22.
It'd be 20 now.
21 or 22?
Yeah, 21.
So let's check this. And I need to listen to something. Okay, so does that sound right? Does this look right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna go back, and I want you to explain what's happening in every line, starting with line. Okay.
So at line 12, you have integer temp, which is the temporary version of the number.
Mm-hmm.
And so temp is assigned as number.
Okay.
And then line 13, you have your integer, which is n.
Mm-hmm.
The digit, which is this person / at 0.
Mm-hmm.
And at line 14, you have your conditional, which is well, the temp number is greater than 0. It will keep repeating.
Okay,
So
why do we use temp instead of n?
use temp instead of n because temp is like the full number that's increasing each time.
Mm-hmm.
So like if temp is less than 0, then there's just no more numbers in the statement to check.
Okay, awesome. So what's happening inside the while loop?
Inside the while loop, you have your n, and that's the typical mod 10 to find the digit, and it checks each digit after it runs.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you have your first if statement, which checks if that digit is a 0, and if it is, it returns false, because that automatically makes the statement false.
Okay, awesome.
That not being
Perfect.
Then it has your second if statement, and that checks if the number on by your digit does not equal 0. And if it does not equal 0, it will return a false.
So what is this here? Like, let's say I have the number 128, and it's your first time going through. What would that be?
It'd be 128 mod 8, and because that returns 0, it does not return false.
Awesome. And then what happens here?
After that if statement, you have your thing that changes the temp value, and it will decrease it. So like here's 128, it'd be 128 divided by 10, and the new temporary number would be a 12, and then it would check for the 2 the next time around.
Okay, what would happen if I replaced this with that? What's wrong with that?
It would only give you one number.
Why is that?
Like, mod gives you the remainder, and that would only be the last digit.
Okay, perfect. So awesome job with that. So do you want to try something else? Or
Sure.
do you want an introduction to arrays? Or do you know what the next thing you're going to be covering is?
It's, let's see. I'm not sure.
Okay, so maybe want to do some more practice with loops, a little smaller things instead of a big one.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's do these. So rewrite the code so it uses a for loop instead of a while loop to print integers from 5 to 1. So what would I do here? We can comment this out.
Okay. So you have a for x equals 5, x equals integer x equals 5,
Yep.
and x is greater than 0, and then your x minus minus.
Okay.
And then inside of that, it would print x.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Let's check it. Okay, I think that's one. Awesome. Great job. So here we're going to do the opposite and use a while loop instead of a for loop. So what would we do here?
Okay. So first you'd have your initializer, which would be integer x equals 1.
Okay, next equals 1.
And then you would have your while loop. It would be while x is less than or equal to 10.
Well, what's that equal to 10? That you said?
Yeah. And then inside of it, you have your system.out.println x.
So just x inside of it again?
Yeah. And then you'd have x plus plus.
Okay, maybe we're missing stuff here. Here we go. Awesome. Sorry, I always get my syntax confused. Okay, so we want to do a for loop instead of a while loop from integers 5 to 15.
So,
Okay, I'm going to make it a little harder. I'm going to delete this, okay?
okay.
Okay.
So we will start for 5. So for x equals 5, while x is less than or equal to 15, x plus plus.
Okay. What about inside that?
It's going to print x.
Okay. That look good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to delete this before we see it too much. Okay, rewrite. So it uses while loop instead of a for loop, 10 to 100 by 10s.
So you have your initial value of integer x equals 10.
Okay.
And then you will have your while loop of x is less than or equal to 100.
Less than or equal to 100. Okay.
Then inside you're going to have it. So I have to print ln x. And then after that, you're going to have x equals x plus 10.
Oops. Perfect. It seems like you really have the hang of this. So this one has errors in it. Can you tell me what the errors are?
Inclusive. So first one for you has to be x is less than or equal to 10.
What line are you looking at?
Line 6.
Line 6? Okay. So it's supposed to be less than or equal to 10. Yep.
And it doesn't have an incrementing value. So after line 8, it should have x plus plus.
Okay, so right here?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Here's another code question like that. Has errors in it.
It has 2 incrementing values, so it shouldn't have line 8.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Good job. And then here's another error problem. Have any idea?
Because it decrements 4 prints, it would be -1.
Are you talking about this?
I think so.
Okay, so where does that go?
I would go afterwards. And then,
So here? Okay, is that the only problem?
x is greater than 0.
Instead of, so get rid of the equal sign?
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah. Okay, so we need to write code here. So we want to count down from 100 to 0 by tens. Which I do.
So 4x integer x is equal to 100.
Go to 100. Okay.
While x is greater than or equal to 0.
Okay.
X equals x minus 10.
What did you say?
Then be system.out.println x.
Okay. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to do one with strings instead of integers. Okay, so we want to print a string minus the last character each time till there's no more. Do you want to use a for loop or a while loop?
Well,
What's that?
because you don't know how many characters are in the string.
Exactly. So what do I put in while loop?
While
Or do we need to do anything beforehand?
I'm not really good with strings. So you would need initial value like integer x equals 0.
And, so in x equals what?
0.
0? Okay. Well,
You want to go to like delete that bit. How do you say that?
can you say that again? I can't hear you.
You would want to go to like dividing both the string.
You're breaking up. Oh my gosh. You're good. You're good. Yes. So, okay, so instead of 0, we want to put something that we want to go through. So we want to put a string in there, right? Because we're working with strings here. Okay, so what do you want the message to say? Just like, hey, that works. Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Just type anything you want, or I mean, you can keep talking, but if I don't I'm sorry if I keep making you repeat what you're saying. Okay. Donnie, you there? Donnie? Donnie?